Last weekend on Saturday, May 14th, 2011 and May 15th, 2011, I decided to take a little photo journey of the high level of the Mississippi River in and around the Baton Rouge area. This photo was taken at the southwest corner of North Street and Lafayette Street in downtown Baton Rouge. Here you could see how high the water is, and you can barely see the sandbags and the tiger dams they built for the levee. This is a little bit of a closer shot. You see sandbags a little better, but still a good distance away. Here it is as close as I could get. This is on the corner of River Road and North Street. You can see that the old ferry that used to be there years ago is now blocked, so you cannot go levee. They have closed the levee due to the high water. A big sign right there that says pedestrian and bicycles are prohibited, so that means they block the levee. Here is some of the new 4-lane highway on US 61 just north of Thompson Creek. This is where the 4-lane currently ends. They've still got some other works. Here is the new connector road on the West Feliciana Parish side of the Mississippi River. This is connecting to the John James Audubon Bridge. Here again, we are on the connector road to the John James Audubon Bridge. We're heading right to the bridge. We're heading now to the John James Audubon Bridge. This is where the road is temporarily 4-lane across the bridge. Right now, it's a 2-lane road on a 4-lane right-of-way. They'll probably be widening that sometime in the future. Here we are on the approach to the bridge. There's a little more elevation on the West Feliciana Parish side, and I think under here there is some flood water. Here we are going up the John James Audubon Bridge. This is the approach to the bridge. Another shot of the approach to the bridge. Here we are on the John James Audubon Bridge. Notice the Maple Stay Towers. The tables that's similar to the Luling Bridge in around New Orleans. This is on the Pointe-Coupee Parish side of the Mississippi River after going down the bridge. See here, this is where it's going back to 2 lanes, still on a 4-lane right-of-way. This is one of the bridges on the Pointe-Coupee side. I'm not sure what it's going over, but it looks like it could be going over a railroad. At this point, we are still heading west on the connect. This is the intersection of the new Louisiana Highway and the old Louisiana Highway. To your right, they have extended Louisiana Highway 420, and to the left, it's a business route of Louisiana Highway 10 going into new roads. This is where the new Louisiana Highway 10 connects with the original routing of Louisiana Highway 1 going north out of new roads. Road to the right is Business Louisiana Highway 10 and Business Louisiana Highway 1 connecting to the highway. This is the end of the new Business Louisiana Highway 10 at the new Louisiana Highway 10, which connects John James Audubon. This is east going on Louisiana Highway 10 towards the John James Audubon. Heading towards the John James Audubon Bridge eastbound. Following this slow truck. Why does the guy go so slow? And plus, it looks like he has something that could fall out when he goes up the bridge, which is why I decided to take the connector road to Louisiana Highway 981 and see what's going on. Maybe I'll check out some things. Maybe the river. After seeing some cars stopped, people checking out, going to check out the floodwaters, I decided, what the heck, I'll do it too. So here are some pictures from that. This is a picture of some of the floodwater. This is looking east. This is looking east underneath the approach to the John James Audubon Bridge. And this is a side view of the John James Audubon Bridge. This is a little bit south of the bridge. Notice towers. And yes, there is still a crane there because there's still some work they had to do on the bridge. They opened this bridge early because of the flood. Here's some flood water that's going up to the riverside of the levee. And this is looking underneath the John James. Here's a view of the tower on the John James Audubon. This looks like it could be a bayou, but it's actually flood water. I will say it does look like a bayou in and around St. James Parish, like a blind river or something. And this is, in actuality, is flood. Here's another view of the clearing, showing what looks like a bayou in the flood. I decided to take a little photo of the sky. You can barely see what looks like a transmission pole, a transmission tower, I should say. Here's what looks like swamp. This is on the riverside of the levee, and here's another view of the swamp. This again is the riverside of the levee. Here is the floodwaters. This is the floodwaters again on the Mississippi. This is the riverside of the levee. Here, what it is I'm standing on a barge that was used for construction, which is where the crane is located. Another view of the towers. This is underneath the bridge, under where it is. This is where the cables are holding the bridge up. This is where the cables are holding the deck of the bridge. Here's a view of the river. Here's another view of the river. This is downstream. Here's what looks like a close-up of the bridge deck. This is the lower part of the tower. This is looking east across to the other side of the river. This is at the end of the barge where people were standing. Here's another look of the lower part of the tower. Here's a almost straight up shot. This is an almost straight up shot of the tower. You could see the cables where they connect from the tower's bridge deck. This is looking northeast at the river. This is looking somewhat southeast. We are looking more downstream here, more closer to the trees. Another view of what looks like the swamp. Here's another view of underneath the bridge. This time we're looking west while still standing on the bar. Another look at the bottom of the bridge deck. Another view of the swamp. A view of the bridge of the west approach and see the floodwaters. This is the man-made ground that I'm standing on. Another view. Again, on the man-made ground that I'm standing on, see the floodwaters. This is looking towards the levee, kind of southwest. See the floodwaters touching the levee. This is looking north. This is the floodwaters touching the levee. This is looking south with the floodwaters touching the levee. This is where I am standing on top of the levee. This is looking at what's left of the construction, where they set up their base camp to construct the bridge. This is the point where we saw the Point Coupee Parish Sheriff on the side of the road with his lights on, telling people they need to get back to their vehicles. This is another view of the base camp. Another view of the bridge with the towers and the crane. This is looking directly underneath the bridge. This is looking towards the river. This is looking west. This is the west approach. This is where the bridge hits the ground. As I was leaving and had to go turn around, I decided to get another look at the bridge from this distance. This is the connector road between Highway 10 and Highway 981. I'm going down the connector road to get back on Highway 10. Back on Highway 10 heading east, I'm heading towards the John James Audubon Bridge. Now I'm heading up the bridge. I'm still heading up the bridge. Notice the road is 4-lane, which they plan to expand the whole road to 4-lane at a later time. Going up the John James Audubon Bridge heading east, down the John James Audubon Bridge heading east. And this is an extension of it going over some lowlands on the West Feliciana Parish side. The road has gone back to 2-lane after getting off the bridge. Then notice the right-of-way for a later 4-lane expansion. Another view heading east on Highway 10, approaching US 61 towards the end of the new Highway 10. These are the highway signs that I was barely able to get with my rearview mirror in the way. The end of the new Louisiana Highway 10 and the road connecting the John James Audubon Bridge. The end.